and there's also a playable female protagonist, who thankfully is Japanese, but unfortunately has a wide face and a man jaw. Of course, we couldn't have a woman with feminine features, because that would be transphobic.
Let me break it down for you, right? Penis, dude. Vagina, girl, done.
I lived long enough to see White Lives Matter become profanity.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns!
Okay, so to even start having this discussion, we need to first know what woke means. Woke is a political slang adjective derived from African American vernacular English, originally meaning alertness to racial prejudice and discrimination. But wait, you may say, that makes no sense based on the intro. Well, you see, the key word is originally. Yeah, now it's just a conservative buzzword for anything vaguely progressive. And I think the current use of the word woke is a bit stupid, as it's been overused so much to the point where it practically means nothing, and feels like more of a meme than anything. A bit like the people who use it, I guess.
You have missed Pog Day. Not very Chungus crewmate of you.
Quick disclaimer. I do not personally agree with a lot of the opinions I'm looking at in this video, but will try to be balanced when possible. I do not know any of these people personally, and only have watched a couple of their videos, so don't know the full extent of their views.
Let's start things off with the seemingly least woke thing, and build up to the more controversial stuff. In this video, Sydney says a lot of things, like how
Leftists make sure to get their creepy little tendrils into one of the only things left that we can actually enjoy.
But the thing I would like to focus on is her comments on in-game chat censorship. She seems to see this as a bad thing, but then doesn't give a reason. But I can only assume it's due to limiting free speech, or because that is just how these games are? I don't know, I had to read between the lines on that one. Anyway, on the free speech argument, this tool doesn't take away someone's ability to say something, but actually gives the user the choice to hear less abuse. So kind of like a convoluted mute button. However, even if the censorship is built into a game, the company has the ability to do so because you agree to their terms of service when playing. And on the that's how it be argument, well, should it be? Now, I think changing that would require change on a societal level, so I think it's unfair to expect such a change of view from her. But quick tangent. She says Call of Duty is the verbal Wild West, but I swear that's not even true anymore. Everybody's just in party chat these days. Or maybe that's just on EU servers.
In order to get the most toxic players, we switch from hardcore S&D to core S&D, still using the same OP on Blackstrat. Hopefully we can break sub 1 with this. Let's get ready. I'm black. Oh my god, we did it! Sub 1.5!
The real way to find abuse in games is to play PC-only games, where everyone is so mind-broken that they don't play the game for fun anymore and hate everyone. Overall, I think the idea is not a bad thing, but realistically, if you get easily mad in games or want to be able to avoid abuse, just mute everybody, because 99% of the time, what people say in game is useless anyway. Now onto a hot topic. Well, about a month or so ago, but this is going to be the newest one on here, so bear with me. There is
The one notable black man from historical Japan.
in this game.
What's that?
I think this one is a bit more nuanced than the last section though. This is because I understand that Japanese people may feel excluded by Yasuke in the game, rather than a Japanese samurai. Furthermore, people are not happy with the fact that he is being portrayed as a samurai, when that is not completely historically accurate. However, the counter-argument for that is that it's a historical fiction game, so they can do whatever they want really. But it does seem a bit weird that this is the first Assassin's Creed game which you can play as a historical figure. In my opinion though, and I don't believe in Ubisoft to do this based on their track record, the choice could maybe be justified if Yasuke's story in the game is actually good. If this isn't achieved, then it's doing a disservice to both this actual historical figure and to the Japanese people who may feel erased by it. It then becomes pandering in the worst way, as the people who Ubisoft are trying to cater towards get to see themselves in a shit game. You see, representation, when done badly, is not worth it for anybody. Continuing on about Assassin's Creed Shadows. In his video, this guy with a Ryan Gosling profile pic goes on to make the dumbest claim I've ever heard.
Has a wide face and a man jaw. Of course, we couldn't have a woman with feminine features because that would be transphobic.
Now, doing all this transvestigator shit is just reaching another level of mental insanity. Just because you haven't seen many women in your life, or it doesn't fit into your narrow idea of what a woman should look like, doesn't mean you should call them a man or accuse them of being trans. It's just such an anti-woke brain rot take, and theorising the character is that way to not be transphobic is just major reaching. Also, the outcry that Yasuke is apparently gay is a bit overblown. One, they never actually said that, so great clickbait I guess, and two, it will probably just be like Odyssey, where you can choose to get with a character if you want to. It's called free choice. You don't have to be gay in the video game. Overall, the game is probably going to be shit anyways, so the Mr. Gosling will probably not be missing out. Okay, so we're back with our friend Sydney for this one, and to be honest, I think she does a decent job covering this topic, and gives some interesting opinions, although I may not agree with everything she said. Like, bruh, what is this?
I mean, obviously, attraction is subjective, but...
She's clearly just English, man. I feel like I'm supposed to be offended. But all jokes aside, I understand some of her points here. She said she's someone who likes to play as a boss babe character, as an escape from everyday life, which is fair enough, but the same could be said about people who want to play as a normal looking person, to relate to and have the escape via the story. I think the issue is that, as Sydney identifies in her video, there's not a large range of female leads to pick from, like in male-led games. And in an industry where supermodel sexualized female characters was normal for a long time, suddenly trying to make every character what is said to be more normal looking is such a jarring change that it was bound to cause outrage. Personally, I think it's not these characters that are the issue, unless you don't like
man jaw,
like this guy. But in fact, it's just a lack of variety in appearance in top titles that is already available in male-led games. Okay, so this is an easy one. People who posted shit like this are just dumb racists. Yep, that's it. But to quickly show why they are dumb, the GTA series is meant to parody the US, and in this case, the game is set in Vice City, which is based on Miami, Florida. Now all these kind of tweets just amount to, where's the white people in my game? Well, if we look at the census data, it clearly shows that in 2020, white people make up 14% of the population of Miami City, with 11.9% being listed as Black or African American, and the vast majority of the rest being listed as Hispanic or Latino. So similar numbers in the city, and if you include the rest of Miami, there are less white people than black people. So what's the issue? Other than, you don't like black people? Anyway, some people are complaining about a female protagonist not being able to fight or something. But it's America. She has a gun, and you're playing an action-adventure game. You're allowed to suspend disbelief, just like when a male lead is able to survive hundreds of gunfights in other GTA games. Also, to theorise that she is trans for no reason, just so the idiots online can shit on the game more without playing it, is just a bit cringe and sad. But false outrage is what these people live on, both monetarily and to give them a purpose, so it's a lost cause to change that really. While watching Mr. Manjaw, I was somewhat surprised he mentioned Baldur's Gate as being woke. So I had to watch his videos on it just to make sure I understood.
To put it shortly, woke is referring to cultural Marxism.
Oh boy, I didn't realise he was one of those guys. Well, this video is long enough already. I don't need to make it longer by talking about alt-right conspiracy theories. I'll maybe pick that up again in a later video. And finally, the funniest anti-woke moment.
Sorry, do you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring!
Now this became an instant classic. But what's the issue here? Well, according to people like this man, even having the ability to choose their pronouns will absolutely destroy their immersion and ruin the game for them. And to be honest, get over it. These are the people who spent years calling people snowflakes, but can't handle the existence of trans people. Other people than you play games, and they want to play as an avatar of themselves in a role-playing game. Cry more. So to summarise, everything is woke, meaning nothing is woke at the same time. Was the outcry for most of the stuff in this video stupid? Well, yes, but they sometimes manage to make some alright points. Okay, well, thank you for watching this video. I really want to know what you think about this topic. Let's have some civil conversation in the comments down below. Don't go after any of these people that I've mentioned, and please subscribe if you thought I did some good stuff on here. And well, I guess, stay woke.